Sheeple is back with us from Formality Bridal. Hi, Penny.
Hi,
We're
Penny.
so glad you're here in this Guide to Getting Hitched segment where we're helping you get hitched.
Yes,
and
that's what we're hoping for.
And this is one of the big things to check off the checklist for brides.
Huge, right? You have a long list, but this one is a big check mark.
And it's almost like one of the first things. I would think maybe you need to pick your date and do your venue.
Yes.
But then the dress would certainly come next.
It's like you are an expert at this. It's exactly the order that you want to do.
Do it one time and you learn. I wasn't here last time you were here, but I watched, and that dress that you had last time was so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
And
we try not to carry the ugly ones. That's always what I
There you go.
Yeah.
That's probably good marketing.
Yeah.
But again, and it wasn't pure white, and that's what I loved about it. And again, this isn't either.
No, and we have very few white dresses. We don't see any, we don't sell any very often. We don't see any very often. Really, brides want a little bit of color. And this one actually has a little bit of an ombre. So it's got 4 layers of color underneath, which gives it an ombre effect as she moves. And you'll notice how light it is, right? So I think that's a big trend. We don't see brides carrying big, heavy gowns anymore like we would have 20, 30 years ago.
Well, they want to be able to move and enjoy the event as well.
Aren't you surprised at how light this is?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is.
And this detail is so pretty too. And it almost, I mean, it's like 2 almost different dresses, which I love. You're getting kind of a little bit of both.
Right. Now, the other things that are super popular right now are going to be things like the slit. You'll see a lot of that this year. And pockets. We cannot overstate the importance of pockets.
Yes.
And I love this detail here. And I love a spaghetti strap. I think it's just really timeless. And I love this neckline.
Agreed. So this is really a timeless look, but with modern, contemporary details.
How often does a potential bride come in with an idea in her head, but then she ends up walking out with something completely different?
Every single time.
Yeah. So you need to have an open mind and be ready to be steered a little bit and guided.
And that's why you go to a consultant. That's why you go to a boutique, right? Because what you have in your head and what you walk out with are often 2 very different
and they're
visions.
usually quite surprised too. I think like, I didn't think I would look good in this.
And sometimes they're like, this is not what I thought I was going to get, but it's what they love.
And Penny, tell our viewers a little bit about your shop, which we, if they didn't tune in last week.
Right, so everything there is $9.99 and under. Yesterday we got a gown in that still had a retail price of $4,500, but at Formality everything is $9.99 and under, which includes designer samples, high-end pieces, which includes high-end private label lines, everything. Sizes 4 to sizes 28, $9.99 and under. We carry plus size. I cannot stress enough how annoyed I am when I think of boutiques that don't have plus size. Size inclusivity is so important right now. So for bridal stores not to carry those sizes is just ridiculous.
And technically speaking, these gowns are what, last year's big?
So some of them. Some of them are designer samples from last year, but some of them are brand new.
Brand new as well.
Yes. Private label lines that we get in from designers without their labels in them. So that's private labels.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
and who cares really?
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, if
nobody's checking your label on your wedding day.
If you look fabulous in it, what difference does it make?
Nobody cares, nobody's asking.
And also, Penny, at Formality, you're off the rack, right? You like it, you try it on, you take it.
Important, right? I think that's the way America shops now. Is like, I want it now, and I want to know what it's going to be. Off the rack gives you that. Also gives you flexibility when it comes to dates, so you don't have to order it a year in advance. You can come in a week before. We don't recommend it, but you totally can.
And how often do you turn over? Like if I came in and I didn't see something, could I come back in a month and you might have some different things?
Absolutely. So we have regular amounts coming in, but from time to time we do buyouts. So if a store is going out or if they were clearing out, we might get 50 at a time, we might get 2 at a time.
Interesting. Penny from Formality Bridal, thanks again for being with us.
I just want to go and try things one day.
I know. Maybe that's the next segment.
Thanks, Penny.
Thank you.
When we come back, we're going to head back into the First at 4 kitchen to check in with Maria Sansone, get that final taste of that summer pasta salad she's got going. We'll be right back.